You know, at a press conference in 2017, when they asked me, how will this relationship with Canada go, I said, well, we've just started this romance. Let's see where it goes. And today I can say we really are married. We really are together now. I really want to announce the deal here in Canada, Quebec, and Mirabel for two reasons. One is the 4,000 workers here in Mirabel that we appreciate all your hard work, and we want you to think of AirAsia as part of your family as well. And secondly, because of the amazing leader that's standing in front of me, Prime Minister Mark Carney. At Davos, you blew away all of us in Asia, and no one represents the values of AirAsia more than you.
Wow. High praise. That comes from Tony Fernandez. He is the president, the CEO of AirAsia. That is the company that yesterday announced the biggest deal, the largest order of Canadian aircraft in history, and it's happening in Mirabel with Airbus. Guillaume Chevasson is the CEO of Airbus Canada. He is on the line. Monsieur Chevasson, thanks for the time this afternoon. And I guess the first thing to say is congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We're very happy. It's a fantastic deal. It's a huge deal. I think this is the biggest deal for the A220 program ever, and that is the largest commercial order in the Canadian history. It's a fantastic news for us. It's fantastic news for Quebec and Canada and the aerospace industry as a whole.
You heard the clip, Mr. Fernandez from AirAsia mentioning the 4,000 workers at Mirabel. How many more workers will this allow you to hire to fulfill this program?
Well, we actually have close to 5,000 people working in Mirabel and 30,000 working across Canada to make this aircraft. And we hire around 500 people every year. And this is something that will be supported, that will be continued thanks to the growth that the program has to do. We will continue to grow massively the program to go to rate 13, so producing 13 aircraft every month from 2028. We made 93 aircraft in 2025, so it's a huge growth that the program has to do. And part of this growth is to also satisfy the AirAsia huge deal, so hundreds of workers.
Now, I will point out, because I know this came up in reaction to it, Airbus has faced production challenges in the past. I saw someone note, for example, that you struggled to produce more than 7 jets a month on average. How will you meet this 150 jet order from AirAsia if that's how it's been up until now? Are you concerned? Is this an issue?
We're confident. We have all the industrial means to be able to do it. We are growing as we speak. The production rate, we did plus 25% of production increase in 2025. Actually, the A220 program is the program which has grown the fastest in the aerospace industry in the world. And this is the fastest growing program also in Airbus, of course. And we have to continue to do the same in 2026. We are equipped, we have all the means to do it, and we need more qualified engineers, more qualified mechanics to do this. And we are working with the Quebec ecosystem, with the Montreal ecosystem to be able to source those very critical skills. And I have to say it's not easy, but we're working hard to make sure that we have workers there to help us to deliver those beautiful airplanes.
Can I just ask, are there production targets in here that if they don't get met, things change, or there are penalties involved? How does that work in a contract like this?
Well, of course, we are committed, and that's why, by the way, those kind of negotiations take sometimes even a year to be concluded, because, I mean, this is a big deal. He said it yesterday. It's close to $20 billion value, this kind of program. Just the firm, by the way, he said it's 150 orders plus 150 options, so up to 300 aircraft. And yeah, of course, we are tied to a strong contractual commitment. If we don't deliver on time, we are subject to penalties. So yeah, this is part also of our obligations. They usually sell the tickets, by the way, well ahead. So yeah, it's very important to honor our commitment. And in our industry, it's not easy because an A220 is more than 1 million parts. So imagine every aircraft that we will be delivering is a miracle.
Which also leads me to ask the question, which is, relying on that many subcontractors or suppliers, it's not just all about what Airbus can do at Mirabel, it's about everybody else supplying parts, and sometimes that's a challenge.
Yeah, you're right. It's 800 suppliers in Quebec and Canada that are helping us to do it. More than 800, actually. I just said it, 1 million parts. And this is thanks to all the incredible ecosystem that we have in Canada and in Quebec that we are capable to do this miracle. Now, making sure all of this comes on time, on quality. This is essential, by the way, in our industry, is requiring a lot of resources and a lot of focus. And that's why growing by 20+% every year is something that is at the very maximum of what we can do, because it's a full ecosystem growing up.
By the way, I should point out, I mentioned Mirabel. You also have a facility, I understand, in the U.S. in Mobile, Alabama. Is this going to be sort of work across both, or is this all just at Mirabel?
No, so we have 2/3 of the production, which is in Mirabel, and 1/3 of the production, which is in Mobile, Alabama. And in Mobile, Alabama, we only produce for the American market.
Okay.
And in Mirabel, we produce and deliver 80% of the production goes abroad. We export 80% of what we do in Mirabel. I don't know if you know that, but 2/3 of the Quebec aerospace export is linked to what we do Airbus in Mirabel. The A220 program is 2/3 of the aerospace industry exports and 1/3 of the Canadian. So it's massive in terms of export impact. And those aircraft will be fully produced and delivered from Mirabel.
Okay, just one final question, and I'm sure people are probably wondering this as well. This is a massive deal, as you said. I think you said $20 billion at the end of the day.
Right.
This is happening at a time, of course, when some airlines are canceling flights. People might be wondering why, maybe we should ask Tony Fernandez, why AirAsia is buying all these planes now during the middle of a crisis.
Right. I think he said it, by the way. He said, we don't believe this war will take years. And they're betting on this, of course. Those airplanes will be delivered from 2028. That's the first thing. Of course, the context is not good. It's not good because kerosene and oil, in general, this is the main source of cost for the airlines. But in that context, what happens is that the airlines, they want to accelerate the renewal of their fleet. They want more eco-efficient aircraft that consumes less fuel. And the A220 is a typical new platform that consumes 25% less fuel than the previous generation. And for them, that makes a big difference in terms of cost efficiency.
Makes sense. All right. I thank you so much again on behalf of everyone, I guess. When you see a deal this big, which is obviously good, as I said, for Quebec, for Canada, and everyone who works over at Airbus, congratulations, and I hope it's all good news going forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. Guillaume Chevasson, the CEO of Airbus Canada. Yeah, 150, and he just said with an option for 150 more. A220s going out to AirAsia. Quite a deal.
Canadian women are looking for more out of themselves, their businesses, their elected leaders, and the world around them.
And that's why we're thrilled to introduce the Honest Talk podcast.
I'm Jennifer Stewart.
And I'm Catherine Clark. And in this podcast, we interview Canada's most inspiring women.
Entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, politicians, and newsmakers, all at different stages of their journey.
So if you're looking to connect, then we hope you'll join us.
Listen to the Honest Talk podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts.